How's it, family? Welcome back to Game Time, episode number
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I thought you were about to go over at a 9, dude. I was about to be so impressed.
I ran out, but welcome back, guys. We're in the lovely Redefined Studios here in Cape Town, and it is absolutely a pearl of a day after the horrendous weather we had yesterday at the rugby. But me and Joshua, what a weekend! I mean, must I kick us off? And just
Go for it.
Tell you a bit about my weekend.
You've had a week. Never mind a weekend. You've had a week.
A week. Flip, I had a fun night with the Barbarians guys on Tuesday. Ended up in Blondie's, got to meet all the players, got to meet all the coaches, some familiar faces, but I mean, lost my jacket, lost my house keys.
Oh, yeah, you did. And a nice jacket.
And it was a nice one.
Adidas. We need a new one.
And you guys actually have seen me on the show before with that jacket on.
Dude, it might have been episode 7, I think, that you wore it. 8, we were here at night. 7, I think you wore that. It's like a corduroy Adidas jacket. So if anyone sees that lying around Cape Town somewhere, that's Kitsy's.
Yeah.
So please return it to the Redefined studio.
Just pop us a DM.
Send us a photo of you wearing it. We'll be like, well played.
Yeah. And you might keep it if you feel gracious about it.
Unless you find house keys in the one pocket, in which case
bring that back.
Send those.
Yeah. Because now I can't share my location on socials anymore because people can just come into my house.
Dude, imagine you're going to get home tomorrow and there's going to be someone chilling on your couch just watching the rugby highlights. Like, oh, hi, in your jacket.
Like, come on, dude. Come on. But no. Yeah, and then, I mean, the rugby yesterday, the weather wasn't perfect, as we mentioned earlier, but still, I mean, I think the Boks were just so powerful.
Oh, yeah. It was, so we have an official statement to make that might upset some of the world, but will make South Africans very proud. So before the Springboks beat the Barbarians, Stephen Kitshoff beat the Barbarians because Stephen Kitshoff put the time in to take the boys out and teach them how to drink like a Safa. And I think that made the ultimate impact. Yeah. I think you were player number 16 on the field. You were out there putting hours in. It was a very, very late night. Yeah.
This is off the record, but I think it's that phone call Rassie made to me and said, listen, just look after the Barbarians boys for the week. I think that was the edge their boys needed.
Yeah. That was the little Rassie trick this time. There were no lights on the roof. It was just, send in Stephen.
Kitsy, we need a big night. We need a big one. We need a big shift from you.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, coach.
Plan it perfectly. Blondies will stay open just for you.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. There we go. Still contributing, dude. Still winning games. There we go.
Yeah. So you can't just win a game on a Saturday.
No, you got to start winning it on the Tuesday already.
Yeah. It just moves earlier.
There we go. You got to play the long game.
The next time the Barbarians come to South Africa, they'll be like, no, keep that guy away from us.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
Stephen here today. No, he's traveling again. Oh, thank God. Okay, guys, play. Yeah. But that was that was a game, dude. I was going through the comments and stuff before you came in now. Obviously, thank you to you for the tickets, for organizing that for us. That was incredible. The game leading up to it, we parked in the waterfront and took a walk across. And I like that walk because everyone's dressed in green and the flags are waving through the waterfront already. It's such a vibe. You get past Ferryman's, that area, and it's just like a green ocean. And this was in the pissing rain. South Africans came out to show their support. No one does it like a Safa.
No,
I'm so convinced of that, dude. It was just... well done, guys. What a flippin' vibe. Cape Town, you Oaks delivered. That was such a jewel.
But I'm actually so bleak because I've never experienced it. I've only experienced it like through a bus window and looking at the crowd as you're driving past. I've never physically experienced a fan walk or like where the people... Never. Like, I mean, I've always been playing, or if I'm not playing, I'll be somehow involved with doing work at the stadium or either Supersport or like Qatar this weekend, which was absolutely amazing. But it must be so much fun just to be like in that gees and like almost get caught up in that moment. Flip it. Like actually a bit jealous. Like
Yeah.
thinking, I'll also be walking there with my South African
Yay.
flag. He called me Bokke.
Hey, it's such a jewel,
Yeah.
dude. That's what blew my mind. Recently you mentioned it, saying how you've never watched a game sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
Never before.
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah.
As a kid, yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct.
But not as a professional, like an ex-professional rugby player.
Yeah, dude. Like the way that they rigged the beer tent and everything last night at the stadium. Usually, you kind of queue from the left of tent. If the stadium's behind you, you queue from left and you leave out right.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 drinks per person. Now, because the DHL Stadium watches game time, they decided that 2 drinks per person is not enough. So they were nice enough to change it to 4 drinks per person. So Cape Town, it's a pleasure. We are the voice of reason.
Yeah. We put it out there. Similar to when we asked Amy to come on the show, we put it out there and
See?
it happens. It happens. We have to
Manifestation.
Yeah. So if you've got any concerns about anything in life, give us a shout and we'll manifestation it.
Into
Reality.
real, into reality. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry guys, we're a bit slow this morning, but
The hangovers are clopping. Sobriety's going well on my side. So we're standing in the queue to get beer. And I said to Jess, there was a couple that came over that had watched Lioness to ask about the potential of a 3rd season. And I'm asking the same question. I so badly want to do season 3 of that show. And we're chatting to them and we stay in the queue and we're walking through. And I said to Jess, I was like, imagine Kitsy trying to walk through this line. The amount of people that would want to celebrate and drink and take photos and just like be in the gears of what the sport is, right? I was like, Stephen would never make it through this crowd. It goes from this perfectly organized line where everyone's next to just like every man for himself. And Oaks are just carrying trays of 4 like overhead, like trying to get through.
and probably not spilling a drop.
Never spill.
It's like,
Never spill.
it's
Dude,
like a circus trick. Like when you like,
yeah.
juggling like 8 beers. It's like when you're at like Munich Beer Fest. Like you see those chicks with the and they walk around with those jugs and
with those big jugs. Yeah.
yeah, but
I've seen those festivals. Yeah.
it's quite cool.
Dude, I saw a lady as we were walking into the foyer. I don't know if it was husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. She had 4 drinks in the tray in one hand and 1 beer in the other hand. But why I was impressed is she was drinking out of the tray of 4 while walking, not spilling a drop. And I was like, honey, that is what it means to be South African. 5 beers. She's obviously, tiny girl, small hands, sipping as she's going. And the boyfriend's alongside doing the same. I was like, that
amazing.
represents our country right there. That is our drinking culture. And that's why the Barbarians couldn't keep up with Kitsy, because that's how we do it.
I did something very cool yesterday. I actually want to show you a photo first. I don't know if you guys saw. Where's this now? We can show it to camera later. But
Dig this photo. Oh, that's so good. I'll pop it up now. There's Stephen with a weapon. Yeah.
But I had an opportunity to shoot those T-shirt cannons into the crowd yesterday.
How much fun.
And those things are pretty explosive. Not a great word to say, especially after what happened last week. But you build the pressure on that thing with the gas. I shot the first shot. The guy in the second tier caught the T-shirt. I was standing and I was like, poof, ew, and everyone was like trying to catch it. It just goes over the edge. The guy just stands there, toop, in his hands.
You were aiming for top tier. Aim for the guys at the back.
Yeah, so
Dude, this is a great photo.
They warned us like, put it like on 200 psi, or whatever the pressure is. Don't aim it straight at someone because that thing comes with some force. So it said like
That would have been the first thing I do. Hey.
so just like shoot on a 45-degree angle so get some hang time. Because you can clip someone's head.
Dude, I would have been so tempted to just shoot it straight forward. Just like
Like the
Steve Aoki when he cakes people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just stand with a T-shirt can and be like, who really wants a T-shirt? Smack. You go. There's your T-shirt, sir.
No.
Oh, dude, this is a great photo. This has to be placed We got to place this photo in the thumbnail cover for this episode. You with your James Bond gun. And dude, you were looking fly in your formal outfit, bro. You were looking snazzy, bro.
Thank you, my bro.
This is the double collar. You were killing it, bro. I was very impressed yesterday. Do you want to chat a little bit into the performance of that game? Purely just because I made some notes that I think were really cool.
Yeah.
I watched through the game this morning again and then watched some highlights in the studio now, just to see what people were commenting on. A quick side note, sorry. It's been a long weekend. Quick side note. One of the most memorable moments of my life happened yesterday at the game. And as we were leaving the stadium, and Rassie came through and shook Rassie's hand. And he looked me in the eye. It was romantic. And he went, "Love the show." And I went, and the fangirl in me burst into tears. On the inside, I was dying. On the outside, I was like, "Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, thanks, man. You know, seen yours too. Seen your work."
Yeah.
You know, on the inside, I was like, damn, that was a dope moment. Thank you, Rassie. You literally made my year by saying that. Overall statement to start with. What did you think of the performance from both sides?
The Springboks look powerful. Like that's like the statement I'll make. And even though I know it's a Barbarians team, the game's all about the flair and the brotherhood and the honor of playing rugby. But you can just see that Springbok side when it came to defense, mauling ability, scrum performance. They are just such a strong unit. I know there was a couple of new guys playing, and I'm flipping stoked for Asanati, and I'm stoked for Neetling for playing his first international cap. But that is the Springboks, like to the T. It's that brilliant kicking game, chasing high balls, putting Oaks under pressure. The breakdown was a dogfight all day. So just in a rugby sense, I think the Springboks are strong as all hell. They play a massive power game, and I'll probably see it throughout the entire season. You'll probably see a bit of flair coming in and out as the weather allows for it. Like if it's a beautiful day like this and it's dry conditions, you'll probably see a bit more flair. But when it needs to be nailed down and put teams under real pressure, you can see that scrum and mauling game of the Boks going to be strong this season.
Yeah,
because they got the personnel as well and the coaches.
We played. I don't want to speak out of turn, but we played a lot of box kicks yesterday, which feels like an older is maybe not the right word, but an older genre of Springbok rugby, right? Playing the high ball, chasing it down, trying to win the territory that way. Do you think that's something we're going to see going into this into the season now for 2025? There's going to be a lot of that sort of play?
It might be. Probably all depends also like on week to week analysis. So if they'll probably see if someone has a strong backfield cover, or they know how to move the ball well, they might prefer to kick the cross kicks or be a bit more. But it's creating those contests. So the reason why the Boks, and I'm not giving away state secrets here, but is they kick a box kick to try and win the ball back. If they can't win the ball back in the air, there's an opportunity to tackle the guy. Okay. They add pressure. If you don't turn the ball over in the tackle, there is a opportunity to contest the breakdown. If you don't win it there, you create a 5-second fight there. It buys time for the defense to line up to actually build line speed onto the attack and put pressure like that. So then force a mistake in the passing game. So you always have 5 bites at the cherry. So you have the aerial contest, you have the collision, you've got the tackle, you've got the breakdown, and you've got the line speed. And within those moments, there will be an opportunity to get either a turnover, another set piece, or just slow the attack down in general phase.
Okay, so you don't mind, obviously not preferred, but you don't mind giving up possession in that play? Yeah.
No, because you have 5 bites. You have another 5 bites at the chair. And Stocker always spoke about it so well, and he's made it public as well in media presses. And like, why do the Boks kick so many box kicks? It's because you create moments. You create big moments. Like you could see like Chesney was chasing high balls. Kirtley was chasing high balls. Fussy was chasing high balls. Sasha was contesting in the air. So these kicks aren't just to give the ball away; it's to create battles for the guys.
Yeah.
Like it creates a moment where you can actually either smack a guy, you can have a go at the breakdown, you can have a dogfight in the air. So yeah, it becomes a battle.
That's a cool take, dude. Damn. I never really think of it like that. You always think in the favor of the team that you're supporting. Keep ball, keep possession. You know, you always want to see it kind of swing that way. So it's quite a crazy concept for someone, at least for me, who doesn't know it as obviously nearly as in depth as you do, of like you okay handing possession to have the chance to make a big moment happen.
Yeah.
It's also quite a confidence thing, right? To be like, sure, we'll put it in your hands because we're just going to murder you as soon as you get to the line, right? Like,
as soon as you catch it, like, bah.
Exactly. Here you go. Shit. Yeah, hot potato,
like
dude.
Panic.
Imagine you've just made all these hits. Suddenly, peace, there goes the ball in the air again, and you're like, oh yes. Someone catches and gets smacked. Poof, there goes the ball in the air again. Oh yes, it's like
It's just like rinse and repeat.
dude, that must be exhausting.
But it's part of the game, and it's quite cool though that it's rugby because rugby becomes such a tactical sport, technical sport when it's at that level, international level. It's the guys want to create like moments, so you don't like by playing with ball in hand. Defensive systems are like top notch, the best it's ever been. The guys know how to get off the line, know how to make a tackle, put a lot of pressure in the breakdown. But if you put the ball in the air, it becomes a 50-50 contest. If the kicker kicks it in the right area, but it becomes a contest, and with that contest, anything can happen because the ball can get bounced into your hands, and then there's opportunity to make a line break or get a penalty at that breakdown or a turnover, and then it's just that, and also like I do understand people want to see a ball in hand attacking, like beautiful passes, like these intricate little moves that just looks spectacular on TV, but sometimes defense systems just doesn't allow for that. And then what's the next plan? You go back to basic, you just smack a oak.
There you go. Hit him by a hard.
Yeah.
There was a statement made in a quote or comment put out. Someone had asked Rassie about Sasha. Firstly, shit, he's good. He makes so many plays happen in that. He's just like always on his toes, just doesn't sit still. It's so awesome to watch that kind of rugby. And he's always looking for moments of flair and like special little gaps and holes that he can obviously, create momentum. But they were asking on how do you control is maybe the wrong word again, but how do you control the level of flair required in a game? But how do you balance that against basics and ensuring you don't find yourself in a space where, oh, fuck, I've now put this flair in and no one kept up with the moment?
Yeah. Or they do something unexpected and your team doesn't have the opportunity to react around you. It's quite a difficult one because these players are all like, they basically play what they see. So I can't, like my brain doesn't work that quickly where I can catch the ball and then do something so unexpected that like I catch myself off guard. Mine is pretty like, I'm thinking like back to when I was playing rugby, like I would maybe receive the ball on a second pass.
Yeah.
The only thing I've decided was either I'm going to pass again or I'm going to pick a guy and I pick him early.
Yeah.
So I see like, okay, cool, that guy looks like something I want to run at.
Yeah.
It's a bit softer, doesn't look that bony, like his knees aren't sticking out and like it can hurt me. And I decide, okay, that's the guy I'm going to target. Then I catch the ball. That's my next job, to physically catch it.
Receive said parcel.
Said parcel. And then run in a way that it looks like I've got options to play, but I don't. Because my head already decided, you motherfucker, I'm coming straight at you.
Yeah, this is me. Yeah.
So it's like when we spoke last week with Malcolm, like when the Stormers and Lions played against each other. And we all knew Malcolm is an unbelievable poacher. Yes. I just said, there's no chance he's going to get the ball from me today. I'm not going to give him an opportunity. And the only thing I realized I can do is to stop him from doing that, is to run at him. So I made him like tackle me 10 times that game. Like, I think he made 10 tackles and all 10 was on me.
Oh, that's so good. And even what was brilliant was you said it with Malky, and Malky goes, yes, as you Bliksem, that's exactly what happened the whole game. It was like I was on the ground, getting up, tackle, on the ground, getting up. It's like, yeah, that's the plan. When you're that good, the Oaks are just going to try keep you on the ground the whole game. Like, no one wants to deal with you.
Yeah. You're just a nuisance at the breakdown. Something else I want to mention of the game, and I was flipping lucky to see him play, especially to the back end of that second half, is Marnie.
Killed it.
Did you like those passes? He had that one little shank, and we forgive him for that, off the side of the foot, and he kicked it like 50 meters backwards.
Yeah.
But it was like that penalty advantage, so it was fair enough. But he made a pass to, I don't think it was him, I'm talking under correction now, but we'll fact check this. But he made a pass to Jesse, like on a drift, where Jesse decided to go on the outside. And that pass in that conditions, it must have been like a 20-meter pass.
That was far.
But it was like a flat like this, wet, bullet, and Jesse just went like on the outside and just caught it, and he was like fucking straight through.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. Like, it was one of the best moments I've seen. I was just like, what a fucking part. Like in the box, I'm in the Qatar box, and it's like everyone's also like suited up and like ties everywhere and like quite like fancy. And I just saw this moment. I was like, fuck, that was probably
just
the best.
Losing your mind.
Yeah, that was like the best play of the game.
Just firing the t-shirt gun off inside the room.
Bring that t-shirt back. Bah, bah. Yeah, so it was good to see him. It was, as I said earlier, it's like stoked for Neetling. I saw his dad in the stands when he was down mingling with some of the fans, and it was just like you could just see how proud he was. Like he was just so happy. His boys got a green and gold jersey on, which was very cool.
Dude, he was smiling in the lobby, like when he came through and you guys were having a moment and having a hug, whatever.
You drank the rest of my brandy, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's fine.
There you go. What a boykie. There you go. See, exactly. Barbarians, that's what you're going to keep up with, buddy. Walk off the field and chug a branis.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name incorrectly, which means I probably will. Vincent Tshituka.
Tshituka.
You're saying that correctly?
I might be saying it wrong as well, but yes.
Dope game for him as well.
Busy.
Dude, he is a unit of a man, that guy. I'm very excited to see him play through this year. He scored 2 tries, didn't he?
I can't remember exactly. And Jan Hendrik.
Yeah.
Representing the props of the try line. That's pretty special. Thanks. I've only scored 2 tries, and both of them against Italy. I got something against Italy.
Yeah.
The Italians. And the boys are playing them next weekend.
I was about to say,
great.
their turn's coming again. Yeah.
That
must be such a crazy feeling for you.
What?
Scoring the try. Because it's not usually your job or task, right? To like get the moment of falling over the line and being like, oh, yes, you know?
Guys who score often, like Jan Hendrik and all the other props in the world, bar me, they all score.
Okay.
I always like to watch guys celebrate when they score tries. When Luit went over, like the you looked so tired, like there was just there's no celebration.
It was like, yes, okay.
Yeah, it's like, yes.
Job done.
Job done. Let me slow walk back to the
slow walk. If I start walking now, I'll have more time to breathe. Yeah.
Get up and walk. Bongi always celebrates. Like we go and all the, I don't know what he does else, but I was watching Jan Hendrik when he scored. He literally stood up and almost like jog sprinted back to the halfway line. Like guys are trying to give him high fives, he just like headbutts their hands, but it's just like straight, like looks, no smile, nothing.
Determination.
Yeah. And I was like, and like when Chesley and them score, there's high energy because they like this amazing dive for the ball, and then when they're up, like celebrate and fist pump there. But you check the bigger or more tired guys, like the fatties, you see them go over and they just stand up and like beeline it back to the fucking halfway line and waiting for kickoff so they can breathe. Actually, the other guys like celebrating, jumping on each other. I was like, in the beginning of a game when I'm still fresh, I would if whoever made a line break and they went to go score in the corner, Sergio or someone went to go sprint through, I'll be chasing with. So I'll be the first guy there to celebrate. But it only happens in the first 15 minutes of the game. Because after that, if that guy makes a line break and I know there's no one going to catch him, he's just going to bolt it into the corner through. Like a Zas, like how he makes a line break and he's gone. No one catches him. In the beginning, I'll chase with and I'll celebrate in that moment because I'm still fresh. But when it's like 25, 30 minutes into the game, there's no way.
You're like, nah, I'm proud of you from here, dude.
I'll wait for him on the halfway line and give him a high five when he comes back.
Come. Okay, well done, boys. Let's go. My favorite is Chesy's celebration because it always comes with a lot of stepping down the line. Goes for the dive and then he comes out the dive like this.
Yeah.
Hand goes up. And I go, yes, dude, that gets me fucking revved. It's a Superman fist pump right there.
But it creates...
Because it's out of the slide.
Yeah, like...
Slide up on, like, either...
His try came from a grubber.
Yes.
And then he dived and, like, touched the ball down, rolled, and then...
Dude, somehow, he just, back up to his feet again.
And it creates the coolest moments. Like, if you think, like, all the Supersport ads. Like, it creates those big celebration moments.
Yeah.
It is quite cool because each year changes. Because these guys score some incredible tries. These back 3 oaks or a Dukes that makes a line break.
Yeah.
Like, these oaks score great tries. So you always see each year, you see like this new collage of moments.
Yeah.
You feel the little goosebumps because you either remember that moment from when it happened in the game or you just see it for the first time. You're like, ooh, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
But what I'm bleak about is that I didn't do that more often.
Looking back now?
Looking back, where if I had opportunity to score a try or I was involved in the movement of scoring a try.
Yes. Okay.
That I didn't jump up and do the dive on the guys, celebrating with the crowd, like the big fist bump, and I'm like hanging over the top of the guy. First of all, I was too tired always. And secondly, I just never got opportunity to score tries. No one passed the final pass to me.
Yeah.
And I'm quite bleak with my friends because we're all friends in rugby and it's a brotherhood, but they didn't pass me the ball to me so I could score more tries, so I could celebrate more. But in saying that, I probably would have just dotted down and walked back.
And they're like, thanks guys, peace. Go back. Yeah. They're just like super sport highlight. It's just you putting the ball down, out of breath, red in the face.
Like
walking back. It's like highlight. Yeah. Yeah, but wasn't there... Oh, you know what moments are massively memorable with you? All the different trophies you won. The moments of like picking up the trophy. I can recall yours from the URC. I can recall where you were with both World Cups. Like those moments are dope.
Yeah.
There's a photo of you with both hands up, like from one of the celebrations. That's the one that comes to mind for me.
That was the first one, the final we won against the Bulls.
Yes, I remember that. I was at that semi-final. That was the semi-final. No, was it the final where you guys won in overtime? In like the 83rd minute?
It was the semi-finals against Ulster.
Against Ulster. Okay,
so Ulster was still wearing the gold jerseys. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was a great game. We were literally behind the poles and time ran out and I remember being so bleak because I knew it was going to be a Bulls Stormers final and it was in Cape Town, right? So I knew it was going to go that way. It was Cape Town, the final? Yeah. I knew it was going to go that way and it got to the 80th minute and I was with Kane, a mate from the UK, and he said to me, he goes, dude, don't leave the stands. And I was so bleak. I was getting up to walk out because the time's done.
Yeah.
And he goes, just hang for the last minutes. Like, because he knows rugby incredibly well. So he could see the momentum coming towards the try line. And you guys were in the 22 for the last like 10 minutes of that game. It was like, the try's going to come. Just hang in there. The try's going to come. And the second you guys got that try, everyone jumps and celebrates. He just turns to me and he goes, this is why you never leave a rugby game early. And from that day on, I was like, you never walk out of a game early. Yeah, so shout out to you. Yeah.
You just take the crowd and the traffic for what it is.
Just take it. Yeah. Just go with it. But you got to stick out to the end out of respect. So I learned that day.
Mani slotted that kick from the corner.
Yeah.
And I was like just over the post.
Yeah, that was a great game. Eh? I love those games where they're like, obviously, maybe everyone feels this way, but I like the close games where we still win. Then I'm happy. Yeah, because then it's like a war.
It must be more of a like an almost loss situation, not an almost win situation.
I feel like that's when you get the best out of the guys, right? Because they're all going, wait, we need to do something special here to win. And then you see these dope moments, like the Chesy chase down on the kick in the World Cup.
Yes.
That's arguably one of the most famous moments in rugby ever.
Yeah.
Like historically. That was 1 in a billion that happened. Like it was just such perfect execution of what it means to study the opposition and study the game, that he knew I've got this many meters with this much time, that when he flicks his nose and looks there and moves his foot and tucks this in, I've got enough time to catch him. It was just, that made me so happy, that moment. Have you seen the training they've been through on Oom Daan's farm?
Don Stoldraad.
Just a spot. They are putting the boys
through the ring.
Through the most on that farm. You've seen the video of them doing pull-ups.
And then they have to hang there.
Yes, sister. You've got to hang with the knees up and they drop. And Oom Daan is like, back on, you must hang now. And then he hangs there. And they're like, on that bar. I'm like, yes, it's the Oakshoek Mook. They are pushing them.
I saw the videos of like the scrum training on the grass and Asanati running up that little hill. I remember like on Thursday night we had the highball launch, and I actually saw and Don and Dwayne and Papes, they all came and said how's it, and they had a quick drink at Village, and so I actually asked Don, it's like, listen, well, how did this happen?
Yeah,
like, first of all, why didn't I ever get an invite? Because I would have been fitter, I would have been leaner, I would be a better player. But that's
it's a story for another day.
And I'll have to sort it out with him first.
Okay, it's a personal vendetta.
Yeah. But how did it happen? Like, why? He said no. Asanati and them, because he played for the Lions, they got kicked out of the URC a bit earlier, and he physically wanted to do extra work. So he came and look, either Don invited or he invited himself. But it's quite special that a coach takes time out of the rugby calendar that's already so busy. I mean, he's got a farm to run, he's got a team to coach, he's got to analyze games. Then he actually does the effort and put it in for a player, yes, who's already a great player, but just wants to be better and fitter and stronger and do more, which is great. And then you get these clips that come out of it, and it becomes such a special thing because he can talk about it. Asanati can talk about it for the next 10 years and say, listen here, he created the standard for himself and he needs to live up to that standard, and he's got a accountability partner, which is Don or Jan Hendrik, and because now the guys know this is the work that needs to be done. And if he has a great season, it'll come down to these little moments that happened in the beginning of the season. Yes, didn't go so well in your club level. I mean, you've played great rugby, but now you take it from there into like, what can I physically do to be better by the time the Springboks start? And it's hats off. I'm like, flipping, that is something special. And then capturing it and having that moment, even though, yes, everything doesn't need to be captured on social media or talked about. But I mean, Rassie made it so special because it came from his account. We actually outed the guys and said, listen, we're willing to put in the extra yards. So I think
them the tip of the hat for the effort being put in.
I think it's pretty cool. And I think it just shows how desperate players are to perform as well as they can for the Springboks. Something I wanted to mention earlier as well, just regarding the Springboks and maybe a general URC club game, the intensity at what the players play at. And I don't know if it is a mentality that is just like, listen, when you put that green and gold jersey on, it's like, go. You can't hold back anything.
Yeah.
Or is it a management thing? Because I know Felix is a great coach and he's great in the way that he motivates the guys and gets the best out of them, and all the small little things the guys do exceptionally well. So it gets drilled into them. But it is so lacquer to see players who might not have had the perfect URC season, or they played good and some games they were a bit off, but they were trying. But then they put on the green and gold jersey, and it's just like another level of.
Yeah.
And then you see this. Oh, it's actually fucking good.
Yeah.
It is fucking good.
Yeah.
And I want to see this all the time. It's impossible to see it all the time. You just run out of energy. But that is what excites me the most, because it almost feels like as soon as the Springboks come around and the boys are energized and ready to play, there's a different level of energy that just hovers around rugby players and the country, and that's what I love to see. So I'm super stoked for this year's internationals, because I mean we've got Italy, Georgia, and then the Kosloga Championship starts, or the Tri Nations. And it's going to be proper.
It's going to be good rugby this year. Yeah, I think you nailed it, Kitsy. I think it's a combination of coming from management and from coaching, but also coming from the players, of them understanding what a special moment it is to put that jersey on. And you look at what Rassie and all the boys have built over the last 6-7 years, it's like legendary shit, you know? Like I was saying to Jess sitting in the box watching the game yesterday, we were watching, and I said to her, I was like, I don't ever want us to be spoilt with the level of rugby that we're watching, you know? Like, I don't want us to take for granted how special this era is right now, right? From 2 World Cups in a row. Let's take from like 2018 onward of like just phenomenal rugby. I think your era, this whole time will honestly be looked back at the same way we look back at that like prime era of New Zealand, which I think was 2009, 2014.
Yeah, 2011, 9 to like 15.
Yeah, which like we all look back at that and go, holy shit, that was
that's
prime. I think we in that.
Yeah.
And I think the boys understand that. I think the coaching and leadership understand it. And I think now their goal is to basically look at
How do you maintain that?
Exactly. To look at the years ahead and go, how do we maintain being the best in the world at this? And I think everyone that puts that jersey on goes, cool, here's my contribution towards the heritage that the sport is for the country, right? Of like, let's be the best in the world at this one thing and keep that streak moving. I think it will.
I think what the Boks are creating is like, it's like everything in life works probably in a similar fashion, or this is my opinion about it, but I think as soon as you become the standard or the trendsetter or the guys who does the best in something, like if it's podcasting or it's business or it's a sales department or if it's whatever, you that guy that for the last 10 years have been the best.
Yeah.
You always get that target on your back. So you get guys chasing you down, trying to pull you down. So probably like with anything in life, you need to find ways to, first of all, keep that momentum. By keeping that momentum, you need the output of work needs to become larger, increasingly larger. You have to drive bigger and better standards for yourself and as a team or your organization you work in. And then it's just like almost pushing the envelope every time, because you're going into something you don't know. Because if you know your standard is, I do 100 emails a day. It's a stupid example, but it's just a thing I'm saying. Like you do 100 emails a day. You don't know what it feels like to do 105 or 110. If you're a long distance runner and you work on a 100K, like a Comrades, that's how many, 94
I think so.
Something Ks.
I think so.
Like if you want to do like a very long distance run, like how do you know if you can run 150 Ks in one day?
Yeah,
or 200?
You've never done it.
You've never done it. So,
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I think, where everyone who's the best at whatever they do is, how do you keep pushing into that unknown? And I had a nice chat with Jock about it, and he said that is where the Boks are finding themselves. And you can see they keep pushing that unknown, that little innovation, that little bit of extra, that finding new solutions for things that might not even exist in rugby yet, and they're already trying to find those moments.
It's awesome, dude.
Which is pretty cool. But I think just for us, probably in something new for me is like with the podcasting and the show we're building is like, yes, this is our 9th episode, but we don't know what the next 90 is going to look like. We don't know scripts yet. We don't know. And it's quite exciting.
Yeah.
Because we're pushing into it. We want to build like a brilliant business around it.
Yeah.
We want to do the e-commerce side and the merch, and we want to do the live shows, which is exciting, but it's also like quite nerve-wracking, and you don't want to almost, it could fail miserably, but it could also be a huge
100%,
success.
dude.
And that is what's quite exciting about it. So trying to be trendsetters in the way that we run this show, which is going to be cool.
Yeah. Please stay tuned. We will be announcing the auction for the third chair soon. Thank you to SofaWorks for making that happen. We are branding the chair. Steven's signing it off. We're getting logos embroidered onto the back pillows. It's a beautiful brown leather chair that we'll be auctioning off very soon. So we'll drop the details to that soon. I know this is now the third episode we've mentioned this, but it is coming. It's a work in progress. We're just trying to find the best way to kind of host an auction. Do we do a live online? Do we do an in-person? Do we do an entry and allow entry over a couple of weeks? We'll let you guys know how we go about that, but everything that comes towards that auction will all go towards charity. So thank you, SofaWorks, for making that happen. Once again, thank you, Redefine. Thank you, Qatar, for the game yesterday, and thank you for making that happen. Absolute jewel. Stoked. Well done, Springboks. We love you, boys. You guys are champions. Thank you, Kitty. Sa-pa-pa-pow!